Welcome, Black to the Lab community, family, and friends. It is my pleasure and honor to welcome you to our commemoration of International Day of Women and Girls in Science. This day is extremely important because we get a chance to recognize the contribution of women and girls across the world and their impact to the cosmetic industry. It is equally important today because I get a chance to formally introduce you to one of my newest endeavors, Black to the Lab. That's right, Black to the Lab. Black to the Lab is a STEM educational learning toy designed to expose young girls to the STEM industry and its impact on the cosmetic chemistry industry. So we're talking about body scrubs, lotion, lipstick, lip gloss, and so much more as it relates to science. A lot of us are not extremely familiar with science's impact on the cosmetic industry, but that's okay because we're going to invite you to the lab so that you can learn. I am Kristen Wells-Lewis, founder and lead creative chemist of Black to the Lab, and welcome to the lab. As a young girl, I excelled both in and out of the classroom, but oftentimes I was deprived of academic opportunities that allowed me to explore science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. In short, the problem is a lack of access to quality STEM resources and educational tools for young Black girls. And today, I am here to present an equitable solution. Hello, I am Kristen Wells-Lewis, owner and lead creative chemist of Black to the Lab.
Black to the Lab we go!
Black to the Lab is a STEM educational learning toy designed to expose young girls to STEM's unique impact on the cosmetic industry. Black to the Lab features an activity box of hands-on learning experiences that use cosmetic chemistry concepts, allowing youth the ability to create some of their favorite cosmetic items, such as lip gloss, body scrubs, lotion, and more. In addition to the hands-on learning activities, Black to the Lab's goal is to promote career awareness of more women in STEM, particularly as it relates to the cosmetic chemistry industry, by exposing students to the historical and present-day beauty industry leaders. At this time, I'd like to welcome a few of our student chemists to share a few fun facts they have learned from Black to the Lab about the current state of our industry.
Did you know that 82% of Black women say that it's important to be well groomed?
And 52% of us have a set skincare routine?
Black girls know beauty.
But Miss Kristen, what does this mean?
Well, ladies, this means that minorities consume a lot of beauty products, which also means that there is an incredible opportunity here to invest in the next Madam C.J. Walker, Maiysha of Curls, Monique of Miles, Rihanna of Fenty Beauty, or Julianne of Oswald Beauty.
Kisses!
What this means is that we have a unique window of opportunity to produce a product that will empower young minority women to get involved with cosmetic chemistry. As an early adopter, with this educational toy, we stand to reach the target audience of African American and minority girls from ages 7 to 13 early enough in their development to make a significant impact on their desire to pursue STEM. We want to see more boss women in STEM, and that starts with creating accessible learning tools in engaging formats, such as cosmetic chemistry sets. While we are the top consumers of the billion-dollar industry, we are at the bottom as it relates to education. In 2016, the White House Initiative on Educational Excellence for African Americans reported that in 2012, just 11.2% of bachelor degrees in STEM, 8.2% of master's degrees in STEM, and 4.1% of doctorate degrees in STEM were awarded to minority women. And if we want to keep winning, that's got to change. So today's lab schedule is jam-packed, but I promise it's going to be a lot of fun. Today we get a chance to hear from the Senior Scientific Communications Manager at Procter Gamble, Dr. Maiysha Jones. You'll get a chance to learn a lot about Black to the Lab and all that we have planned. And last but certainly not least, we get a chance to kick off our Kickstarter fundraiser where you will be able to contribute to bringing Black to the Lab to life. So what is cosmetic chemistry exactly? I know you're probably thinking like, I know what cosmetics are. I know what chemistry is. But is that a thing? Absolutely. So when we combine the worlds of cosmetics as we know them and the study of science, you get the industry cosmetic chemistry. Cosmetic chemistry is directly related to skincare, makeup, and personal care and color cosmetics. So we're talking about the scientists that put all of their juices together to formulate some of our favorite products, which we're going to talk about more today. What are some types of cosmetics? I will list out a few for you, and I want you to show me your favorite cosmetic by taking a screenshot or a quick picture of any cosmetic item that you own or love and posting it to social today and hashtagging and tagging Black to the Lab. So reach in your purse, reach in your desk drawer, reach in your school drawer, and figure out what's your favorite cosmetic items. So we have soaps, lotions, lip gloss, mascara, and more. Now for our special guest in the lab today, we have Dr. Maiysha Jones. Dr. Maiysha Jones is an agile and accountable strategic thinker and change agent who leverages diverse collaborations to translate vision to reality. She currently serves as a senior scientist and as the senior scientific communications manager for Procter Gamble's North American personal care business. That includes Olay, Secret, Ivory, Gillette, Old Spice, Safeguard, Native. Those are some of our faves, right? In previous roles, Dr. Jones led personal care and facial cleanser, clinical trial design, and delivery and beauty care, microbiology, quality and productivity, and compliance innovation for both in-market and pre-market hair care R&D initiatives globally. In addition to her technical work, Dr. Jones has a passion for helping others realize their full potential. Internally, she's been active in Procter Gamble's North American recruiting efforts, specifically as they relate to life science needs. She served on Procter Gamble's African Ancestry Recruiting Steering Team. She's chaired Procter Gamble's first conference that recruits PhD scientists for roles across R&D. She's developed onboarding materials for new hires and so much more. She was also awarded the Diversity and Inclusion Leadership in North America from the Chief Diversity Officer in 2016. Externally, she has served on the American Society for Microbiology Education Board Subcommittee for Minority Education and owns a consulting firm that provides life, career coaching, workshop facilitation, and others. Dr. Jones earned her BS in biology from Xavier University of Louisiana. She also holds an MS and PhD from the Gillen School of Public Health at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill in environmental sciences and engineering, where her research focused on identifying soil bacteria that degraded organic contaminants. When not pursuing STEM-related endeavors, Dr. Jones enjoys leading international mission trips, leisure travel, weight training, real estate investing, cooking, and operating her family's food truck. And now we can welcome Dr. Maiysha Jones.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. It's such a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
No, you are so welcome. We appreciate you for taking the time out of your super busy schedule to be here and impart some wisdom into us. So we're going to hop straight into it.
Let's do it.
Perfect. So what exactly inspired you to pursue a career in the cosmetic industry?
Yes, that's a great question, Kristen. You know, science has always come natural to me. And looking back, since around middle school, I knew I wanted to be a scientist. It's all I've ever wanted to be. I've always been curious about how things work and why things are the way they are. But I didn't know that I wanted to work in the cosmetics industry. I just knew I wanted to do work that served a purpose in people's lives. So as it turns out, the beauty industry is really ripe with opportunity for scientists to do just that.
That is actually, it feels so good to hear. I remember being someone in middle school and having this desire of like, I want to do this thing that I'm great at, because when I think about STEM and how I got into the industry, my teachers were just like, you're good, like you're good in this space. But then I also really, really, really wanted to help people. So I wanted them to mesh. Like I wanted those two worlds to mesh. And for a very long time, it was kind of hard for me to figure out, like, how can these worlds collide? So it's really, refreshing to hear a seasoned professional share, a perspective that said, like, I've always wanted to do this. And then I wanted to help people. And so it makes great sense.
Yes, you just have to find a way.
Absolutely. So when we talk about your work in the industry, what is your most favorite thing about the work that you get a chance to do?
Yes. So there's so many interesting things that scientists get to do, and so many great things about being a scientist. And one of them is that in the beauty industry, you really get a chance to make products that people use every day. So products that help us look good and products that help us feel confident. So we decide what ingredients to use. We then find the best ways to combine them so that we can make things like toothpaste or deodorant or shampoo, for example. All those things that we use every day in our households. And then we test them. We make sure that they work. And most importantly, we make sure that they're safe. But my most favorite thing about my job is helping people understand how different beauty products work and why they should choose one product over another.
That is so cool. So in your answer, we hear a lot of you saying we. And when we talk about the cosmetic industry, we know that there are not a lot of women, particularly African-American women, counterparts in this industry. So can you tell us why it's so important for women to be a part of the STEM field?
Yeah, so you made two great points. One is the power of we. Like it really takes a team to bring all the products that you see on the shelf to market. And then in terms of how important it is for women to be a part of that process, you may or may not know that more than half of girls actually count themselves out of STEM careers by the time they reach college. And a lot of them even believe that jobs in STEM are not for them. So, I think the work that you're doing really helps to move the needle in a positive direction, to help kind of fill some of that STEM gap and fill the pipeline for women in STEM. But research shows that the best thinking and the most successful innovations come from diverse teams. So women bring that unique perspective to the STEM fields, and our voices really need to be among those that are making the decisions about what products go on the shelves so that we can meet the needs of different consumers.
That is phenomenal. I do totally agree with girls counting themselves out of the STEM field. I always think back to grade school where there was very definite career paths. We know, like in the past, women were traditionally caretakers, nurses, teachers. And so it's really trying to explore this new world of opportunities that we have access to. And being able to do that starts first with seeing someone else that looks like you in the industry to remind you, like, hey, Dr. Maiysha Jones, she's wanted to do this since middle school. I've wanted to do this since middle school, so I can do it. I see someone doing it, and it really inspires young people to really take it to the next level.
Absolutely. Women have to be in the STEM fields to serve as role models for the next generation, like you alluded to. And you said it best. It's easier for people, young people, to believe they can be successful in a certain career when they've seen people that look like themselves being successful in that place.
Absolutely. So when we talk about the young Dr. Maiysha Jones, what is something that you wish your younger self would have known then that you know now?
Man, this is a good one. I would say over the years, I have learned that I have to use my constraints as catalysts. I use my constraints as catalysts. Women in STEM and all of us in life, we face constraints and barriers in many facets of life, not just in our jobs, not just in our scientific or technical endeavors. But the trick really is to use those constraints, as catalysts for something greater. Whether it's a challenging homework assignment or a disagreement you had with a friend, maybe it's an experiment that you had to repeat over and over, or an actual physical barrier that's standing in your way. When we climb over or push through different obstacles, there's usually something worth the effort on the other side that can really catapult us to something greater.
Absolutely. That was a great one. We talk about physical, mental barrier, like all
Yes.
of the different things that really can sometimes it starts to become you in your own way.
Mm-hmm.
And especially when we start to talk about what our future looks like. And so you
Yes.
share a lot of great information here today. I'm so excited that you were able to join us. I wish you could stay with us so much longer, but before you go, I have one more question for
Absolutely.
you. What advice would you give to someone who thinks that they are interested in working in the cosmetic industry?
Mm-hmm. It's two words. It's very simple, but it's very heavy at the same time. I tell people to stay ready. So we often tell students to think about to think about their career path, but we don't really give them the tools to necessarily visualize what that career path looks like. So I think we really should be taking it a step further and asking them to visualize, help them see what the future looks like. Does it look like them climbing a mountain? Does it look like, a straight, easy road through a wide open countryside? Are there twists and turns? We all have twists and turns, right, in our lives. And the same is going to be true in our careers. If you ask any successful person, regardless of the industry, they're going to have had unexpected ups and downs during their career. But the key really is to be prepared, be equipped for any opportunities or obstacles that might arise. Because I think we can use them as learning opportunities. And this doesn't mean you have to have all the answers along the way, not at all. But a good start is good grades, self-motivation, people to support you, having an open mind, and certainly a willingness to ask questions and seek guidance. So my advice is two words: stay ready. It's something I tell my clients and my mentees, both those currently in STEM fields, as well as those that are considering whatever the next step is in their educational or professional journey.
That is awesome. So you heard it here first, you guys, from Dr. Maiysha Jones. If you don't take away anything from today's moment, we want you to take away one thing, and that is one thing in two words: stay ready. So before we get out of here, we're going to take a quick lightning round.
Okay.
To see what is Dr. Jones' favorite cosmetic item.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, Dr. Jones, this is how the lightning round works. You get two items, this or that, and you tell us what your favorite one is by saying that item. So I'll give you an example. We say lotion, and I may say cocoa butter or mango butter. And my preference is cocoa butter, so I'll say cocoa butter. Okay. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Lightning round. This or that. Lip gloss or lipstick?
Lipstick. Longwear lipstick.
Longwear specifically.
Yes.
Body wash or bar soap?
Oh, body wash. Absolutely.
Body wash. Yes. Okay. In the lab or in the office?
Ooh. Work from home and go to the lab or the office when you need to.
Yes. And last one, undergrad or grad school?
Both, honey. You need both. All our students need both. I tell my mentees and my clients, the higher you start, the higher you finish. So as much education as you can get in your field of choice, whether it's truly in the classroom or not, that's going to help propel you in your future.
That was awesome. Thank you so much for joining us
You're
in the
so
lab
welcome.
today, Dr. Jones. We hope to be able to stay connected with you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Awesome. Take care. Bye.
We want to say thank you for joining us today in creating opportunities for young girls to become future cosmetic scientists and beauty leaders. As you saw here today, the work to connect young girls to STEM in the industry is important, and I'm extremely passionate about this work. Black to the Lab is an innovative solution to an ever-growing disparity. It bridges the racial and gender inequity in STEM learning while also giving young girls something new to play with that they can actually identify with. But we can't do this work without you. Yes, you. Today, we invite you to contribute to our fundraising efforts to raise $15,000 in the next 30 days. Every dollar counts, and we've created an easy and rewarding way for you to be a part. Visit the link below to donate today to our Kickstarter campaign to bring Black to the Lab to life.